I hope you can see my screen all right. This is Dan Andersson in the Oxford office, being very, very delighted to be here. I've been traveling and I've been out in the markets, and we did our leadership session out in Morocco, which was a little bit of a trip of a lifetime for me, to be honest, but I'll talk more about that a little bit later on in the presentation. But here we are, and we are on the 26th of June, so we're coming up to the tail end of many things and the start of many others, and it's just quite exciting to be here. The business is going through the normal amount of drama that we see in Leo and in direct selling, and of course there's many things that I could comment on, but I'll choose not to, and focus instead on the business and what we're doing and what we're driving towards. Now there's a lot of things to talk about in terms of recognition, Leo Coin updates, Leo Crowd, event updates, training, value pack, Leo Smart 3.0, Leo Banking, etc., etc. So without further ado, I shall go into the call. It's great to see that we have so many of you on the call, and I have to say that it's nice to sort of have this global business. I've done the Chinese webinar just now, record numbers on that, very happy people over there, fully engaged with Leo, fully committed, and kind of loving everything that we're doing at the moment. The same here, and you should be celebrating Eid with your family if you're in and around our Dubai office, or any of you who are Muslims out there, and this is kind of part of something I want to talk about a bit later on as well. But our multicultural and global business that we're building is something that fills me with pride every day, despite some of the things that you may hear out there. We're in very good shape, and one of the things that is our greatest joy is to give recognition to the newest senior level people within our field organization, and Fan Rang Duan is one of these people based out of mainland China, very strong leader, very charismatic and very strong energy. He's been with us for a relatively short period of time, and is kind of just crashing through and building his Leo business. So if he can build this business out of China, then people can build this business out of anywhere. And what I like about the director position is that this is a position that comes with this title of director. We could have called it an emerald, or we could have called it a master franchisee, or we could have called it something else, but we decided to call this a director position because it reflects the fact that this is the first position that we see as a leadership position where the person has a vested interest in protecting the company's interest as well as his field interest. As a director, you should advocate for your field and for your organization and for your market, but you also have to then also be the foil for the company and support the company's initiatives and what have you. And this was very important as we started with Leo, because we wanted to recognize that responsibility goes two ways. If we are saying that the members are the heart of our business, then the members and the leaders, they also have to look after Leo as an organization. They have to look after the corporate initiatives that we do, and they have to also defend and fight for the company. And this responsibility is something that as a new director, not everyone gets and not everyone understands, and we certainly see that some people they get sucked into the recognition, they're sucked into the glory of it, and we want to teach this benevolent, responsible leadership model to our people so that we build a long-term partnership, and that for me is a very important part of this. And if people can't cope with that, one of the things that life is interesting, because life takes away what you don't really deserve. You might for a short period of time have respect and recognition, but then if you're not ready for the burden, if you're not ready for the responsibility that goes with that, then life will kind of take it away from you as well. And I've seen that so many times in my life, both as applied to me when I was a younger man and what I've seen other people go through, that if you're not ready for the responsibility that comes with leadership and that comes with success in our industry, it will be taken away from you, and that's just the way it is. Now, the upgrade of Leo Coin has gone fantastically, and what is really, really cool is to see leaders and members sharing and talking about, especially the private chat function seems to be the thing that's catching the imagination of people. It is absolutely brilliant to think that you can have a private conversation with someone now in 2017 as if that was a big deal, and that is probably the reason for why this privacy thing is absolutely the correct place for us to make our stand. Our members deserve their privacy. They have a right to privacy, and they're business people. They should have a right to privacy in their business context as well. And you can create chat groups, and you can create groups within your wallet function. And so the upgrade has gone extremely well. The privacy stuff is all working. There's a few bugs being ironed out, and there's a few bits of feedback that we're getting. But in terms of a major launch of an IT project, this is probably one of the best ones that I've been involved with. It's just great to see that we have no major drama. It's all ongoing. There is a bit of learning curve. You have to go and download some resources. You have to look at what you're supposed to do, and there's a specific step-by-step thing that you have to do. But our people are coping extremely well with it, and our customer support are not getting very many queries, and just nice to see. Now, what do you need to do by the 21st of July? To reiterate, you have to synchronize your old wallet. If you have external Leo coins in a Leo coin wallet, you must get that synchronized, and you have to go to the internal platform if you have internal coins within the ownership area, and you have to choose to upgrade them as well. If you have Leo coins on an external exchange, they will be automatically updated, and this is kind of probably one of the easiest ways to do that. And me here was saying that the official date that will happen on the exchanges is the 21st of July. So they're buying and selling Leo coins, and Leo coins and Leo coins. It doesn't really matter from an exchange perspective if it's old ones or new ones. But by the 21st of July, that's the time when the exchanges are wrapping over. And so that is just sort of the tip. Go to leocoin.org, look at the guides that are available there. You have the upgrade.leocoin.org stuff, and I'm not going into these details as if I know anything that's going on. I'm just the CEO in these parts, and I'm not a techie and not a nerd. Like many of you, you don't have to be a nerd. You just have to go and follow a few simple instructions. So that's very, very cool. What we are seeing in cryptocurrency as a whole is a little bit of contraction on the market. Bitcoin prices not rock solid at 3,000. How could it be? Because it went there so meteorically fast. Having been in the Bitcoin space now since 2014, I guess, it is interesting because when we started the LeoCoin journey in 2014, the price of Bitcoin was kind of in the region of $200–300 in that period of time. And this is kind of what many people are forgetting now, that this is a very volatile market. This is new technology, this is new stuff, but the underlying trend here is mind-blowing. So when the doomsayers and the fudders are going out there and talking about the crash of Bitcoin, it's gone from 3,000 to 2,600, they're forgetting that it started at absolutely nothing. It started at zero. And even in the time that we've been in this space, it's gone from $200 up to 2,600 or whatever it was I saw today. The same for Ethereum. Ethereum has had a rocket rise, and of course that was not sustainable, so it's gone down a little bit. But in the overall scheme of things, if you've been in this space for any period of time, you have done so well. And that's going to be true for LeoCoin as we go forward, and even more so because this is the time to get hold of cheap LeoCoin. And as you can see that we're committed to the currency, we're investing in it, we're doing stuff, and the only way that we can possibly go is up, because we are championing this. We have a global organization that's building, we're educating people, we're creating outlets, we're creating an economy, we're doing cool things like Leo Banking, which I'll talk about a little bit later on. And so the inevitable conclusion of that has to be that this will rise in value. Now that's not something I can promise, that's not something I can hype, I don't do pump and dump. I'm saying that business logic would dictate that a committed champion of a cause, all he has to do is not give up. So for all of you that are out there, we are not giving up. We are just carrying on, carrying on, carrying on. And the price stability story that we have now is actually catching the attention of people all over the place. Our Leo coin has been more stable as a currency for the last 6 months than most of the world's global currencies, and certainly the pound is being hammered and going up and down like a yo-yo, it feels like sometimes. But Leo coin has got its space and is moving well. So happy days. Now, Leo Crowd is moving forward. We're carrying on with our support for this environment, and David Johnston, I can confirm, is actually over in Toronto now, and I'll mention that in a few slides later on. But we have introduced a way for Leo members to benefit directly from their Leo Crowd platform. And that is by 1% of total funds raised goes into the network as an introducer fee. We also discovered that many of our project creators need a consultancy period, a little bit of hand-holding in the beginning of their entrepreneurship journey. So we're charging them a fee for creating videos, creating a plan, creating a program for them to help with their project. And the value of that has been absolutely overwhelmingly positively accredited to us, as no other platform does this. We love this idea of Leo Crowd becoming the business incubator, because we do training, because David Johnston and his team are there. They're really helping people transform an idea into something that they can actually pitch and sell to people. So this consultancy package turns into a product and is worth 1,000 bonus points for you in terms of what the benefit of the network is, and a direct sales bonus of some £200, and you get a new member into your Leo team at the same time. So full details and free FAQs available at leocrowd.org. And just wanted to promote this product here by Tina Tan. Oh, excuse me. She is a Leo member from North America, and she's done a test marketing pitch for a range of beauty products, and her funding goals were very modest. She was only looking for £1,000, but she got funded by 250% by some 70 backers, and it's a brilliant little success story. It's a brilliant little proof of concept story, because how many Tina Tans are out there? How many people have something that they burn for, something that they want to do? And Leo Crowd is now becoming the platform where they can be successful. Now, Canada is a little bit of a hotbed for us, and a place where people are very enthusiastic about Leo Crowd. So David Johnston is over there, and he's actually there tonight in the Toronto office, in the Leo Toronto office, doing a member training on 7:30 to 9:30, explaining new conditions and using Leo Crowd in their Leo recruiting pitch. So quite pleased about that, and thank you, David, for being there. On Wednesday, there's another project creators workshop. This is for people who specifically are not necessarily in Leo but want to create a project on our platform, and giving them the nuts and the wherefores and what holds up the pillars that holds up a successful crowdfunding campaign. So you can book this and register this if you have some prospects over there that are interested. And this is more than just for people who have a specific interest in crowdfunding. If people are interested in entrepreneurship, if people are interested in new concepts, then invite them to this meeting, and David Johnston will look after them, and we'll just sort of show them what's what in the world of Leo Crowd. So register with Iris at welcometoleo.com. And all good. Andy Hansen, our keynote presenter, our training consultant with the mostest, is going to Côte d'Ivoire on the 15th of July 2017. This is a live seminar, and there'll be some special training as well for associates and above. This is again something in Côte d'Ivoire, which is a very kind of key little strategic market on the West African coast. French speaking in the main, connected very much strong into the region, and very powerful in the market, because when her and I went there, we had 875 people rock up for a presentation, kind of out of nowhere, and now the team is building, and we're doing the incorporation, and we're sort of setting up a proper business over there. So we're doing our first live seminar in Côte d'Ivoire, 15th of July. 888, we're doing the big Chinese tour. And so that is an 8-city tour over 8 days, culminating on the 8th of the 8th in a massive seminar in Qinhuangdao. And many of these places I have never been to before. I think I've been to 2 or 3 of them in my business connection life with China. So very much looking forward to that, and it will, of course, nearly kill us, because although we have the benefit of traveling with the wonderful, speedy train system of China. Still quite a brutal thing to do 8 events in 8 days, but why not? Because my passion is training and the Hansen passion is training, so why not put that together and sharing the love of Leo across the Chinese market. This will be sell-out events, so if you have any prospects in any of these cities or any nearby cities to them, then get them plugged in sooner rather than later, because they'll all be sold out, because the Chinese are going nuts for our training products, and they're going nuts for our live seminar stuff. So bring them there and benefit from introducing people to some wonderful concepts that will change their lives, even if they don't do Leo. But it's also a wonderful way to show the business to people. So happy, happy days. Now, the Dubai Executive Trip in October, you only have 4 more days to qualify until the 30th of June. Emma has promised that this will be bigger and better than anything we've ever done. And what we have done is we evaluated the entire concept. We've looked at some of the things that we've done. Some of the choices in the past were things that I was not terribly happy with. If I never do another Bedouin experience again, that will be fantastic. But instead, we're going to do things that have never been done before in the world of Leo. And some of the things that we have lined up for you, which we're not going to tell you about, actually make me more committed than ever to go there. One, to network with the largest group of executives we've ever had, but also because we're doing some of the most wonderful things. So if you are anywhere near to qualifying, if you have any people in your downline who are near to qualifying, get them qualified. Go on the website, you can find all the information out that you need, and so this is just a shout out for you to get that done. Now, the Leo Carnival in Mauritius is in full swing, and well, it's not in full swing yet because it's still a year out almost. Excuse me, but we are seeing an amazing take-up of this. Now, you still have time to qualify by route 2, 3, and 4, but route 1 is expired, so you no longer can get there using the first fast-track offer. Route 2 is obviously still available until the 31st of October. Introduce 2 new members and get them to associate by the end of October, and you will have a place in Mauritius. Now, what is cool about this is that route 2 and 3 and 4 rather is for new members, and so if a new member starts and gets to associate, recruits a new member and gets them to associate, they have qualified for getting there. So if you start putting this together, if you start to move people fast as they get started, help them break an associate, suddenly you've broken people in your downline, and suddenly the new world view is, oh, going associate is easy, that's what we do quickly. If you look at some of the numbers we've achieved, 126 people have qualified for this, and that means that the tickets available today, or I think this was done on Friday, is 174. I think that number might actually have moved. But so some 174 places left, which means that we're almost halfway along. I predict that in July and August we will sell out and it'll be done. So if you want to go and if you want to be part of an exclusively booked venue, 6 days of fun and relaxation for you, for your family if you qualify for that, all-inclusive food and beverages, sports, all the activities, all the facilities in paradise. Let me tell you one thing, I'm going, I'm taking my family, me here is going, me here is taking his family, the top corporate senior teams all want to take their family there because it's just such a magical place. So if you look at the people who have responded, 183 people in Asia Pacific, Dubai 16, Europe 24, and North America 1. Congratulations to you, you little lone star, you. But 224 people are coming, and tickets available is 174. So I would suggest that you get your skates on and get moving. I was very, very proud to hear that people that I met in Guadeloupe have now qualified for both this and for the executive trip. So that's very, very cool. So get it done, move on, and move forward. Now, I mentioned to you at the beginning of the call that I've been in Morocco last week, got back on Saturday morning. We had a very, very late flight, got back at 3 o'clock to Gatwick Airport. But we spent the better part of the week together with, hand-selected for no other, on discretionary basis by me, the 10 leaders of the world, covering the different cultures and the different downlines, 10 leaders that I wanted to meet up with, together with kind of a similar amount of people from the corporate side. So we had Tim Venables there, we had Sohail Ramzan there, we had me here, we had Andy, we had myself, we had Wendy Lee from the Hong Kong office. Sadly, Wakas couldn't make it for reasons of visa, etc. But I wanted to put together the top leaders, as it were, together with the top corporates, and to then sort of just brainstorm and talk about some of the upgrades that we're thinking about for the Leo business, because we've been going for 5 years now, and it's kind of time to grow and shed our skin and go to the next level, if you like. We're not a pup anymore. We're a fully grown lion, but that comes with facing the music and making some changes. And so we had a proper leadership summit where we were locked away and sort of just looking at the business, talking about the business, talking about the plan, talking about Leo banking, talking about some of the projects coming through. We're going to be showing you some stuff that will make your head spin over the next week or two. And it was just a very, very cool environment. I made a small gift to all the leaders, which was a custom bespoke a little caricature drawing from an artist that I met here in London. Very, very funny, but it was all sort of personal and private. But we also had people then from the Francophone community with Jean-Michel and Patrice here from Guadeloupe and France, and such good energy, such good experience. They've been in the industry since kind of 1991 or something like that, 1990. So proper networkers, proper leaders, positive attitude, kind of spiritual based activity, and massive, massive, massive hard work. And just very, very proud to be in business with these two gentlemen. We had the brand new Moroccan director, Youssef, recognized on stage at a big event that we did there for some 500 people. And this is a very charismatic fellow, a very, very new director, full of energy, full of passion, and his people worship the grounds he walks on, and just great to be sharing the stage with him and giving him recognition in front of his people. So that was fantastic. We had a whole crowd of Moroccan people who were so enthusiastic and so into the Leo business, and they came. And if you consider that these people have been fasting all days, because this was held during Ramadan. There's a picture of Magnus and Sohail Ramzan and myself and Andy Hansen laughing at something daft that me here is saying, I'm sure, but it's kind of a good photo, and this is kind of the spirit, because we've gone through the pain, we've gone through the drama, and we are just happily charging forward. There's something nice about being single-mindedly focused, just moving your business forward and not worrying about the negatives, not worrying about the naysayers, not worrying about the politics, not worrying about the drama, but just building business with members and for members. Now, this for me was probably one of my professional highlights ever. Because, as you know, I come from Sweden, and I was born under a different sun, and I was raised in my faith, and I'm not a terribly good exponent of my religion or anything like that, but I kind of have a bit of a spiritual side to myself, and what I do have is a fundamental recognition that everyone's faith and everyone's beliefs and everyone's values should be respected. And so we were doing this week in Morocco. This was during the week of Ramadan, during which, if you're not a Muslim, you won't understand necessarily, but they fast, which means that between sunrise and sunset, they make this sacrifice of not drinking and not eating, which I've always had a profound respect for, because this is a religion that asks its members to do something, and I've always thought that this is very, very admirable. But of course, at the end of the day, you'd be forgiven for being a little bit cranky and for being a little bit hungry and for being a little bit thirsty if you're living in a country where the temperature on this particular day was 48 degrees. So one of the things that they do is they have a breaking fast meal, which is called iftar. And we were fortunate and privileged enough and very, very proud to host an iftar for some 400 friends and associates of our Moroccan business. And so this is, for me, was very, very sensitive and something that I was a little bit nervous about, because I wouldn't want to cause offense or in any way get any part of it wrong. But so Leo sponsored an iftar for Moroccan Muslims, and as a leader of a multicultural business, this is what I think companies should be doing. This is what I think organizations should be doing. They should be building bridges between people and not walls. They should be celebrating their togetherness or their similarities, or what makes us similar to each other, not what separates us. And whatever differences there are with people, they can also be celebrated as spicing and sweetness on the cake, if you like. So this is what I've always believed, and so this for me was, I was very, very proud to be able to host an iftar for our Moroccan members as a company and as a company leader, just to celebrate our differences. I've noticed, I did some research on this, and the White House in America for many, many years have hosted iftar dinners, except for this year, which I thought was a bit of a shame, but fine, it is what it is. But we build bridges, we don't build walls, and this was, I think, universally very, very well received, and something that we should be very, very proud of as an organization. This is how we roll. This is what we believe is important at this moment in time on the planet. Members, engineer Salim organized the meetings in Pakistan on the 23rd of June. Well done you. He remains a stalwart leader who just moves his business forward. It doesn't get hung up on hanky-panky or nonsense or politics. Proud to be in business with you, Salim. We had members meetings in the Hong Kong office, where Yao Rao's team came together in Hong Kong, and he flew in from Chengdu to meet with potential members and prospecting and training. So congratulations to you. We've also started a new thing where we do this webinar every Monday, like clockwork, for the last 5 years. This has gone out like a pulse beat in Leo. Now, every Thursday, we're going to start to do a Getting Started training webinar. We've piloted this already for 2 weeks, and it's been very, very well received. And this is part of the weekly activity for you as a leader, is to promote this webinar to your new people. And if you don't have new people, you've got to think about why is that, because you need to get on and get some new people on board. But this is a system which saves you stress, time, energy, and money by getting some of the best people in the industry to train your new people on how to get started in their business and how to reach associate in your first 30 days. Now, get your people serious about this. Don't treat this like a, oh yeah, they're doing this every week. Treat it like something special. Treat it like something this week. I'm telling you, on Thursday this week, I will do my utmost to be there myself and be part of the training on Thursday, so they can be trained by the company CEO. The Getting Started guide is available in 7 languages in your back office, and spread the word about Leo through the Leo system. So this for me is very, very important, and you will not build a big business unless you systemize it. Getting Started training webinar is the easiest way to build a global business, because it gives you that critical first and next step for someone on their journey. I think that every single person needs to be on this, because if you're an old person, you need to plug into the system that the company is promoting. You need to understand what it is that we're saying, and you'll be delighted if you haven't seen it already. If you're a new person, you need to be there for yourself, and if you just recruited a new person, you need to be there for yourself as well, for that person, because this is a business about training. It's not a business about sales. So, exclusive member bonus, effective from the 8th of February. We've managed to keep this going for a long, long time, and we've made some enhancements, and we've made some benefits to it that it puts you straight into the proof of stake process. Now, sadly, this is the last week of the level that we've had for the special members bonus of 1,500. It will go down. We're doing the calculations now. We will keep it as high as we possibly can, but it will possibly go down to the original 960 that we had for 12 months of the Mining Rig service, which we will keep you updated and give you the announcement on Wednesday. But yep, finally the thing that we've been talking about for a long time, that we told you that this could not last forever, it will not last beyond this Wednesday, and that's it. So I put on a little unhappy smiley face there because I recognize that this has been a great advantage to you. Not only have you had a fantastic e-learning and educational products to sell to people with the exclusive member bonus that only Leo members can get to get them into the Leo coin ecology and all of the bells and whistles there at such a high level, it's made an absolute no-brainer how to sell our business. But now the reality is it has to drop down, and that's all I'll say about that. Leo Smart 3 is going extremely well. We're getting some momentum now in China and Chinese downloads. We are working like demons on the Smart 4 app as well, so the upgrade is going to be even better and better and better. So everything that we launch is real. It's not something that's launched and then forgotten about. We're launching these things, and even if they don't set the world on fire as we thought they might, or as we were hoping they would, they're still there, and gradually over time they build a different kind of momentum, which is this sort of sustainable, slow progress to your goal. Now, fast is better than slow, but slow is bloody good too. So we're quite happy about that. Now, I have done meetings and I've had some fantastic updates around the Leo banking thing. We actually have some 46 days left now, something on that order. And in 46 days time, you will be absolutely delighted. But some of the things, and just wanted to say that we have come a long way on the Leo banking side. We know exactly what the credit union looks like now. We know exactly how the membership base looks. We've started to formulate the bylaws of this. We know how the shares will be allocated, and we know what the primary activities of the bank will be from the start right through to when this is a fully fledged global bank in a few short years' time. It's very, very exciting, and we are breaking new ground and doing things that have never been done before. The combination between a closed environment members banking system together with gold, together with digital currencies, together with our global platform, done on an IT background, on smartphones and on people's computers and through physical branches, is a combination that has not been done before, and something that I'm very, very excited by. So we're seeing a lot of uptake on this, and like I've said to you before, this is more of a long-term play rather than a short-term play. If you want to buy and sell, Leo coin is the thing for you. If you're into taking a punt on the future, the people who invest in Leo banking at this stage through the ownership platform of our LEO, Learn, Earn, Own, you'll be very pleased that you did. That's all I'll say. So the number of places available at Mauritius is getting smaller every day, so you must make every effort to be there, or you will regret it for a long, long time. The idea of the thing that we see, the thing that we observe every single time is that we have the Kuala Lumpur event, and we do the events here, and we do the executive trips, and every time when I go out into the market in weeks that follow that, is I meet people who said, oh, I meant to be there, but I didn't get my stuff together. Make every effort to be there. Get your stuff together so that you can get there. Because we're not talking about putting a man on the moon here. We're talking about doing a sales effort that gets you to a level where you qualify for a free trip. Use the live seminars. If you have any people in Africa, get them to Côte d'Ivoire. You, your team are there to see the training product, and the training that we do will blow your prospects' brains out. It's that good. The exclusive member bonus, you have, well, 2 days, I guess, to get at the level that it's at. So it won't obviously go away, but we will be making changes. The deadline for the executive trip is the 30th of June, so that is only 4 more days. Leo Smart app is there. Build your teams. Now, get jiggy with the Leo Coin wallet, the new one, the upgrade, and just embrace the fact that if you don't quite know what you're doing, you're going to have to learn. It is what it is. That is where success comes from, learning new things. You are all positioned as the top 1% of people on the planet because you know something about digital currencies. You know, you are in this place where entrepreneurship is changing because this concept is coming through. Digital currencies is going to be bigger than the internet. This is what I'm telling you. It's going to be bigger than mobile phones. It's going to be bigger than anything that we have ever seen in terms of its transformative power. That's the place where you are as a Leo member. That's the place where we are as a community. We know something that 99% of people haven't got their head round yet. And being an education company, being a recruitment company, this is a battle that we will win. So join us for the next meeting on the 3rd of July. Next Monday. I think I am actually here, so it'll be hosted again by me, and we have some very, very cool updates to give you. During the week, we're doing some trial runs and some tests on a brand new concept that will, again, blow your brains up in terms of how you present this business, in terms of how you train to people, in terms of how you work with your brand new prospect. We got something that we showed to our leaders in Morocco. And they seriously, there was, you know how networkers are, you know how you all are, you see things and you see that they're shiny, and the people's eyes light up and they see what they can do with something and they get excited because it's the new big thing. So while all the other revolutions are going on, while all the other cool stuff is going on, we got something that will blow your socks off and you don't know anything about it. And we're going to be working with you this week to do a select group of leaders to show them what this new tool is. That will be absolutely free of charge. That will be just something available for everyone. That will be intuitive to use. That will raise the ceiling. Well, it will blow the ceiling out, basically. You'll be standing under a full moon, under a starry sky, with the sun rising, with comets flashing, with fireworks in full view, because that's how this will transform your business building efforts on global level. So that's all I'll say about that. So this is Dan Andersson in Oxford. You know I'm excited. You can hear I'm excited. And the reason I'm excited is that we've got something good here that we are building for the future of our children. So thank you. God bless. And Eid Mubarak to all of you, because this is the Eid celebration. Ramadan is finished and everyone should be spending time with their families and enjoying stuff. So if you are here as a Muslim, you'd be ashamed of yourself and go back to your family. So that's all I'll say about that. So thank you and God bless.